we get an Ethernet cable?
You're
for
live.
that?
Hey everybody, this is Sunglass Rob from SportRx.
This is Tyler. You can call me Goggle. Prescription Goggle. Just Goggle Tyler.
You might be wondering why Kevin is not here. We have collaborated with Snowboard Pro Camp. We work for SportRx, and we are doing a YouTube live takeover to talk about goggles. So we like to think of ourselves as goggle experts.
Kind of experts in
we
the
know
topic.
if we know as much about goggles as Kevin knows about snowboards and TJ and Chris, I'd be proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing a collaboration with Snowboard Pro Camp this season to talk a lot about goggles. We are sending Kevin and team a bunch of goggles all season long. You might have seen he's already done 2 unboxings. And the idea is for Kevin to give us and his team to give us feedback on the goggles so we can learn more about goggles through him. He boards a lot more than we do.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately for him, but unfortunately for us.
Yeah.
So we started this collaboration, and also to help you guys out there learn more about goggles, and also get a discount on goggles. So if you ever need a new goggle, or really anything that SportRx sells, you can use a promo code called Snowboard, or is it ProCamp 10?
Yeah.
ProCamp 10 gets you 10% off our entire store, which is pretty rad.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that we are particularly specialty in is prescription. And that's kind of where we fit a void that is out there, and many of you may or may not be aware of is actually an option for you. If you're wearing the OTG, just stop doing that right now and call us.
Yeah,
we can help you out.
OTGs are so over. So we're going to just give you a little bit of information about SportRx, about ourselves, how we met Kevin, and what's going on with that. And then later on, we're going to go over, we're going to answer all your questions. So whatever questions you guys have in that comment section, we're going to try and get to as many questions as we can. And we'll stay on as long as, I guess, there's good questions and we feel like,
keep it coming.
Yeah, we can keep it coming. So SportRx has been around for 21 years. We're based in Southern California and San Diego, and we do sports glasses online. We also do goggles, and we do non-prescription as well. We also sell helmets. So we're an online company, and we also have this beautiful showroom here in San Diego. Our office won 10th best place to work in America by Outside Magazine. A lot of people think it's because of the free beer. We do have a kegerator in the office, but it's also because
more than that.
We're nice to each other. We're polite. We like to promote from within. We're an amazing company to work for. We do a lot of fun things together as a company. So we really promote good culture, and we really believe in taking care of customers. We don't just say it. Check out our Yelp page. We have.
I was going to say, as nice as we are to our customers, we're as nice to our employees.
Yeah, I mean, we're like a family here.
It's a family.
Yeah. So I've been working here for almost 11 years. I'm the vice president of SportRx and head R&D, I guess. That's the favorite part of my role. Get to play with all the new stuff. And then, I'm an optician. I've been an optician since 1999. I have a finance degree, but I like glasses better.
Yeah.
So what about you?
You're good at a lot of stuff. I've been an optician for a long time. I've been with SportRx for over 2 years, maybe coming up on 3. Yeah, 2.5. Anyway, goggles are kind of my thing, because it's the one piece that goes back to my history with snowboarding. I snowboarded since I was, I don't know, younger than I am now. I did take a break.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, I did take a break for a little while. Having kids and a wife and stuff will take you off the mountain. But thanks to SportRx, I get to be back on the mountain, which has been pretty great. And
but you're a pretty good snowboarder.
You're
one of the better ones in the building. I mean, you can do tricks and you can do a black diamond, and you're. If I was as good as you, I'd be really happy. Like, my goal is to be as good as you. So I snowboarded in college for like a season or 2. Had a really cheap board. Just really didn't get very good at all, and just really loved the idea of being on the mountain and in the snow and in the elements. And I took a break for about 15 years from snowboarding, and a couple seasons ago, SportRx went out to Mammoth to test snowboards and shoot some videos out there. And actually, the first day back on the mountain, I was a nervous wreck. It took me about 2 hours to get enough courage just to get back on the board. I would say about half a second being back on the board, I completely fell back in love again. Like, I felt like the clouds opened up and the sun shone on me, and my goal was to be a snowboarder again. And yeah, I actually took that very seriously. I started working out. I lost some weight. Started mountain biking a lot, just because I love mountain biking also, but to kind of try and get in better shape. And I've been working hard at being a better snowboarder. So yeah, I ran into Kevin's channel because I was just kind of checking out snowboard stuff, Snowboard Pro Camp, and wanted to get better, and just started kind of watching like everybody else, and started learning a lot, and just kind of following the characters. And Chris is just, hi Chris.
He seems like a really good dude, and we're glad to be able to be involved with this, and hopefully we'll get to work a little more personally with him as well. We're talking about getting together with him.
Yeah, we're trying to get together this season.
On a mountain.
Maybe at Whistler, maybe at Mammoth. We're not quite sure exactly what we're going to do, but we'd like to do a collaboration together and do some videos together, and maybe we'll go on and do some goggle reviews, and he'll teach me how to, I'm probably a better boarder than I allow myself to. Like, I'm so afraid of falling that I fall more. I'm like in that headspace. I need I almost need a psychologist more than a lesson. But
he can probably help us with that too.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable on blue runs now. I really want to get on black runs, and I'm just afraid of going fast. So I'm working on all that. And I think the mountain biking has been helping because you got to be
fast on that.
You go fast, and you got to be kind of like.
And you've fallen.
I've fallen a lot.
You have to get comfortable with falling.
Yeah, so future videos coming out together. We're hoping to send, we are sending Kevin a bunch more goggles. So if you guys been liking those unboxing reviews, let us know. And we still got an Oakley box to send him, a Dragon box to send him, POC.
Yeah,
bunch of stuff still
and if
coming.
There's a goggle that we carry that you really want him to get in his hands. We do a lot of reviews as well. You can see on our channel, SportRx. But I mean, if there's something you would just love his take, we've loved seeing his unboxings because it's more of
we're so close to it,
yeah.
And we work with all the brands, and we're so intimate with the goggles. And I said intimate with the goggles. We just know so much about them. It's hard to like take a step back and just be like, dude, these are cool or these aren't cool.
But we love that take, and he knows what he's doing, but it's just a different perspective. And so if there's anything you want to see with him,
and we got to get some goggles out
let
to
us
TJ
know,
too.
And we'll get them out to him. Yeah,
TJ's reviews are awesome.
We know what's up. So all of that to say, we love snowboarding. We are a company. We deal with prescription and everything, but our heart, I mean, especially mine and Rob's, been revitalized. Our heart is in the snow for sure. Yeah, I'm always pushing this guy to say, let's do more stuff.
We do more snow. And I actually, one of the things, I mean, we're getting off topic, but one of the things I love about snowboarding is like when the weather gets bad and everyone gets off the mountain, I get excited. Like I like it windy and you can't see and it gets crazy. Just like I feel so alive. Yeah. Anyways, should we get to questions or should we talk about some goggles? Questions.
Let's get to a few questions. Okay. There's probably going to be a lull, and then we can throw in some goggle stuff. The first one that's sticking out to me is this guy's asking about the electric Bros Red Chrome lens. What do you have to say about Brose? Bros?
Brose? I don't know that lens.
Brose?
Why do you start with?
It's like their. I don't know. I was hoping you'd know a little more. It's Electric's new. That's their color enhancing lens, right?
Lens, yes. So that's actually a really good topic. Maybe we should just kind of cover that in general. So all the goggle companies really are now coming out with a new type of lens technology. Oakley calls it Prism, Spy calls it Happy, Anon calls it Sonar, Smith calls it Chromapop, and they're not
Von Zipper, Wildlife.
They're not all the same. And I mean, if you talk to the brand, they don't want to be, nobody's version of something else. But basically, it's the new type of lens technology that's coming out in goggles. And what it is it's a color enhancing technology. And what's happened is the lens manufacturers have been able to now, with different types of dyes and different colors of dyes, affect the light spectrum. So instead of just making lenses lighter or darker or different colors, you can actually play with the light spectrum, meaning like blue light is bad for you at, I think it's like 390 nanometers. Yeah. So at 390 nanometers, you want to block blue light, for example, and yellow light at 580 to 590 is going to affect you a little bit. So what you're able to do now with different colors is stop certain lights at certain frequencies so you can enhance contrast and cut out glare. You're basically letting in the right kind of light at the right spectrum and blocking out the wrong kind of light at the wrong spectrum.
Yeah, what's cool, I mean, they've done that to a degree with just tints in general. That's what a tint does, is it'll, you know, enhance a certain color or, you know, tone down another color, whatever. What a lot of these companies have been able to figure out, which is cool, is they hone in on specific colors. It's a whole baby with the bathwater thing. You're not losing colors that you don't want to lose so that you lose a color that you want to lose. They're able to just really focus in on certain colors to, you know, bring down, and then other colors to enhance, without doing more or less of what you may not want to do more or less of.
If you've tried it, it's in my opinion, a major noticeable difference. You know, sometimes in optics we talk about like, oh, it's like Blu-ray versus DVD or DVD versus VHS, or it's like one step. I would say this technology is 2 or 3 steps better than any kind of analogy I can come up with. It's like VHS versus like digital 3D. Like it's way better. What happens is just everything gives you a little bit more pop and a little bit more contrast, and you see the contours a little bit. It almost feels like cheating. It's like the things you couldn't see before you could see. It's pretty important.
It's good. I mean, you know, in certain conditions, you need all the help you can get. And it's good. It makes a big difference. At this point, it's almost like you have to go with one of these.
There's no way I would ride without one of those now.
Yeah, not really any reason not to at this point, because there's so many options out there for you.
Like Chris says, all new goggles are good goggles, but get really good goggles when you get new goggles and get something with that better technology. Most of the brands now, it seems like, that's all you can get, or it's leaning towards that's all you can get. Yeah. But the question was about that electric version of it. That one. So I'll be honest, I haven't ridden with it or played with it yet.
It's new.
In person, it's new. If it's anything like the other brands' versions of it, it's awesome. They're all just so good now.
Yeah, and what you will find, you're asking specifically about the red chrome. When you're getting these color enhancing lenses, the difference I don't know this for an absolute fact, but it should be, it probably is across the board. They have that base color enhancing technology, and then they'll add coatings to it. And the idea with the coatings is to give you, you know, more usability in different conditions. And so the red chrome is going to be really a lens that's going to cover you better in brighter conditions. And the red aspect versus, I think they have a blue, they have different color options. The different colors aren't really going to affect you
The mirror
optically.
color.
The mirror color isn't going to affect you optically. It's not going to give you better really one way or the other. Functionally, it's just going to be that you have a blue versus a red.
Yeah, but the lens color itself is a super important topic, and something for me, maybe my biggest pet peeve, just in sports in general, but snowboarding especially. You know, a lot of the goggles now come with 2 sets of lenses, and the idea is one is for sunny days and one is for overcast days. And when I'm out on the mountain, if it's an overcast day, I often see people wearing a low light lens, and when it's a really sunny day, they're wearing the highlight lens, and it's just it kind of gets it mixed around. So I think one of the most important safety tips with goggles for me is wearing the right lens color on the right day. And how do you know? And there's kind of 3 categories of lenses. There's some that are really dark for really bright days. There's some that are lighter and really give you a lot of extra pop for really bad overcast whiteout days. And there's some that are kind of like in the middle. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to change lenses often, or is just not about changing lenses, or you're not getting a goggle that comes with 2 lenses, get something kind of in the middle. Don't get something too dark, because on an overcast day, it's already hard to see. Whiteout conditions, snowy conditions, the lens being too dark is a major hindrance. And then if it's really bright and you're wearing just like a yellow lens, it's almost intense and a little bit too much. Get something that's just kind of a middle of the road lens, and that'll help you in most conditions. But really, if you're getting those 2 sets of lenses, you know, if it's sunny out, wear the darker lens. If it's overcast, if it's forecasted for snow, if it's bad weather, wear the lighter lens. I would rather wear a scratched up, bad quality, old, right color lens on the day than like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have like an old school, just plain scratched yellow lenses than the newest, best, most expensive goggle that has too dark of a lens.
Not right.
Yeah, it's kind of like in cycling. It's kind of like I'd rather have a bike that fits better than a fancy bike. Yeah, it's about the fit of the lens color. So we have a video on that yet. Do we have a video on that? at SportRx's channel?
On like
picking the right lens color.
Right lens. I mean,
we'll make one if we don't.
We have lots of different, especially with the Prism. We covered with lots of different videos on each one of the lenses and what they're good for. I don't think we have a specific video on
how to pick the right lens color for the condition.
We'll come up with that. But Rob, I want to get we do this a lot with the YouTube videos. We don't do a lot ever with the live stream.
We're new at this. Are we doing okay, guys?
One of the cool things about this is you get interactive, feedback. So let's try and get to some of these questions.
Oh, sorry, I talked too much.
No, it's not that you talk too much, but I do want to say, what's good, bruh, sweet? Yeah, he said that a while ago. Oh. He said, what's good, and I wanted to say what's good. Well, it's like, what's up? Like, hey, what's up, man? Oh. I wanted to say what's good. I've never said it before. We're in San Diego. Yeah. I don't think it's a San Diego thing. So the Anon M3 was a question.
That was a big hit. Everybody likes that goggle. It's sweet.
We've done at least one.
We have a video on it, but it's right here.
On it. Yeah, it's by far the best magnetic. I mean, like interchangeable. It's the fastest. This is a cool thing. The magnetic. It's MFI solid
magnetic
too.
Face.
We've had many personal friends as well wear it. Hold it up higher so you can see it.
Higher. There you go.
We've had many friends and family wear it, and it doesn't come off. It's a pretty solid magnet. The lenses, I mean, they're super easy to get out. Pop it out, pop it back in. It's the fastest. We did a quick video on easiest lens to interchange, and this is by far the easiest and the fastest. Some people have reported issues with it, not per se to us, but
I think the biggest concern is if I take a crash, is it going to fall out? And they're really strong magnets. I think there's 8 of them. I haven't had it become a big problem. My answer is, if you crash hard enough that you lose the lens, you're probably worried about other things.
Yeah.
Like that won't be on your list of concerns.
Same thing that we say about our inserts, by the way. We'll inserts. Our prescription inserts. Why don't you grab one for them to see, and I'll maybe some more questions.
So if you guys have a prescription, or girls out there have a prescription, SportRx makes these amazing prescription inserts. So this fits inside the goggle.
And then take the lens out so they can see it actually in the goggle. I think it's a good idea. There's another question about
the right size.
That's fine. Okay. There was a question about the best goggles for under $100. So
that's been asked a couple of times.
Yeah, and granted, yes, we understand that it's nice to be able to find a good goggle. You want to find a good goggle for a reasonable price, but it kind of goes against what we were saying earlier about being careful to pick, or that our preference is to pick these really good color enhancing lenses. They tend to. That's good. Can you see me?
See really well.
Good. Yeah, they do tend to run a little bit pricier, but I don't know.
There's some really good goggles out there for around $100, or under $100, and that's actually on our list of videos to do.
We haven't sent yet. We're gonna send, I believe at some point, Chris. I didn't look at the full list of the Line Miner, which was Oakley's new goggle last season.
What is that, 140?
I think it starts at 120.
Okay, and what about the Squad XL? What is that?
But you're going to be getting the Prism Rose is going to be the color enhancing lens that's going to be the best price point. It's going to be,
and that's a medium lens. It works in most conditions.
Works in most conditions. So honestly, when we are on the phone with our customers, when I'm on the phone with customers going over the best goggle for them, I usually don't look at many that are under 100 because I think it's such a good idea to get the color enhancing lens, and so those are usually over 100. But you can find a decent goggle, and I'm thinking like the Line Miner is decent. Depending on your size and fit, it's just such a hard question because I don't know exactly what'll work best for you. I was just thinking of another Oakley, the original Oakley. The A-frame 2.0.
It's small now, though.
It's small, though. That's the thing. But it does have a good starting price point.
I think if it's in your resources and maybe it's my job to think this, but in all honesty, if you can afford a better goggle, the reasons for me to get a better goggle are vision has so much to do with how much we enjoy being out there and how safe it is, and having a good goggle, having a nice goggle makes in my opinion, a very big difference. You know, you work so hard, get all the way to the top of the mountain, get this amazing view, and then have a fogged up, scratched up goggle, and we pay so much for our gear and for our tickets and for flights if you're traveling. And yes, you can damage the goggle, and yes, you can scratch up the goggle, but if you take care of it a little bit, they usually take care of you pretty well.
Yeah, agreed.
Just keep that little soft bag thingy that comes with them. Try and keep it in your pocket. You know, putting them just on your helmet and then taking your helmet off for lunch and then it falls off. It's just, you just are a tiny bit mindful.
That's
about how nice this goggle is.
Yeah.
And now they're coming with 2 shields, and a lot of times, even if you scratch up the shield, you can just order a new lens down the road.
Yeah. Especially with
a lot of value.
With a better goggle. I think it's hard to find.
It's not for everybody to spend over $100.
It's hard to find a goggle these days that you can't get a replacement lens for, which is nice. Some are more easily interchangeable, but you can still get a goggle. But I did see a few questions about the Anon M2. It's a really good, solid goggle. It is pricier. Depends on what you're looking for. They do have a good lens in it.
M2 or M3 or both?
The M2 is what I was getting a lot of questions about.
Made by Burton, super high quality. I think the Anons, like, they just feel like tanks. Like, they're not heavy, but they're just so well made. They're all quality. Yeah. Somebody here asked a really relevant, good question for us. You see this one?
No, which one? I saw the IO7. The IO7 is good. That's probably the most popular.
Vladislav Shapirov.
Yeah.
How important is it to try the goggles on yourself, or can I order online without measuring? Well, if you're talking to guys who sell goggles online, you don't need to try them on. It's actually a really good question. Idea. Let's talk about fit just really quickly.
Yeah.
The couple of things you want to have really nice is obviously a good fit is super important. And what that means is you want the whole goggle to kind of seal. You don't want any gaps. So sometimes if a goggle just isn't made for your face shape, there's going to be some gaps involved. Also, you don't want there to be too much pinching on your nose. If you kind of start to hair a little, like that means you're probably not going to have a comfortable goggle.
Yeah.
I would say though, you probably got about an 80 to 90% chance of getting a goggle to fit you right out of the box that you've never tried on if you kind of order a smart goggle. And what I mean by smart goggle is if you have a big head, order a big pair of goggles. How do you know if you have a big head? Well, hats don't fit you all the time. You got to like adjust everything open. You know, you can call us, you can measure your head. There's guides out there. We have some guides out there. If you have a small head, order a smaller goggle. If you're not sure, that probably means you have a medium head and everything will fit you. Like most
sounds
people.
Too simple.
So if you just kind of order a little bit smartly, like a lot of us with big heads know we have big heads, and I always gravitate towards the XLs, the biggest stuff, and that seems to fit me pretty well. And put it on. If it's comfortable, awesome. If it's not comfortable, send them back. If you order them from SportRx, we have a 45-day full exchange return policy.
It's pretty amazing.
We like them to be still in new condition. Hopefully you haven't gone out a couple rides in them to figure it out. But even if you have, give us a call. Our whole idea is to take care of everybody.
We care more about taking care of you than taking care of ourselves. It's a crazy idea.
We're selfless.
We're selfless.
Yeah.
We're heroes. But don't call us heroes. But I mean, that's cool. You can call us heroes. Hang on. We have an even better question more for us. This guy's asking, it's In Motion SLB. He says, I use prescription inserts because he doesn't wear contacts. Is there any other tech out there other than inserts, or inserts the best way to go? Inserts are really the only way to go. We do have one goggle that we sell, and I don't even like to talk about it because it doesn't work that well and it doesn't look that good. You have one shield and you have 2 eyes. We can't put a prescription lens in a shield without having implants and crazy looking thing, and so the inserts are definitely the best way to go. They do sit a little closer to your face as opposed to if your prescription were all the way out here in the shield. Even if we did do that route, it doesn't work as well. I use the inserts. My prescription's a little bit funky, and I was actually hesitant to think it would work for me. And I was very pleased to find out that it works extremely well for me. And I also got the pair that we sell that I was referring to that I don't like so much. That's another reason I don't like it, is because it, for me, didn't work well at all. It was not a good. It's not a great goggle, and the optics were not nearly as good as the insert. Yes, you lose a little bit of peripheral, and you'll notice the insert. Full disclosure, you'll notice the insert when you first put it on probably about 2 to 5 minutes, and then you forget it's there, and it works amazingly well.
I think I'm going to add to that a little bit about, is that the best tech? Yes, but there's different technologies within inserts. So you can't just kind of bundle up all inserts with each other. There's some companies, some brands out there that call something a universal insert, and they just have one size insert that fits all these different shapes and sizes: spherical, cylindrical goggles, hard prescription, light prescription, bifocal, single vision. And that's definitely not the philosophy at SportRx. So what we believe in is the insert currently with the technology out there is the best solution. Maybe not a perfect solution, but the best solution out there. We feel much better than glasses inside of goggles for a plethora of reasons.
Oh yeah.
If contacts work for you, great, wear your contacts. Just get regular goggles from us or from somewhere else. But if a lot of people have trouble with contacts at altitude, in dry conditions, in windy conditions, in cold conditions, basically snow conditions. So the goggles in a long day out there, and it just becomes very problematic. So what's left is either not seeing, or which is bad, or the insert. So our insert, we feel, is the best insert out there because we don't just have one insert, we have 10 different inserts. There's 5 different kind of families. There's the Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear, Grizzly Bear, and Polar Bear.
Right now you're not going to see any of those on our site. You might
we pick them for you depending
we know the right fit for each
and then each one comes for people with regular prescriptions and then for people with higher prescriptions. So we basically dial in the exact right size insert for that goggle for your prescription, and the idea is to have as much lens as possible. So this is a big goggle, this is a big insert, this is, I believe, the Papa Bear. A lot of coverage, a lot bigger than like regular eyeglasses are. I mean, if you look at that.
You can compare lens size. You get a lot of coverage. It is a good lens. You also want to be careful of going too big because then you start having optical issues. So it's what's kind of cool and unique about us as SportRx, as much as we want to just be answering your questions. It's something that I like about this company for which I work, is that we actually went out. We weren't satisfied with what was out there, and we don't like the idea of universal. So we, with our optical knowledge of over combined 100 years probably, and just everything we know about the industry and everything what works best in our actual practice, we designed these inserts and we manufacture them. And we have 5 models right now. We're probably going to have more in the future just because we're never satisfied entirely. But let's get back to this. J. Cole Devil Dog, we're in San Diego. That is where we are located. So even though we're in sunny,
we're in Pacific Beach, San Diego.
But we go to Mammoth, regularly. We're just a couple hours away from Big Bear. I don't know how worldwide that's known, but we're in it for sure. What do we have here? Oh yeah, Kevin answered that for us actually. Chill factor. Another question about the M3. Covered that pretty well. People like an electric. Electric's great.
Make some good goggles. We're sending some more of those out to Kevin as well. With the new lens, we got to get him the new lens.
Yeah, for sure. This dude's going to Manchester. Chrissy's going to Manchester to their slope for the first time. That'll be sweet.
Hey, Bro Sweet loves Big Bear. Yeah. We went last season. Nice. It was epic. It was dumped out there.
That's where I've had most of my experience when I used to snowboard, because I've been in Southern California forever. It was by far the best. It was incredible. We did a couple of videos, Oakley videos you should check out. We had some fun up there. I was really having a good time. I was enjoying myself like something else. Do you have anything to say about fogging?
Yeah, fogging sucks. How do you prevent fogging? So all the newer goggles these days have amazing anti-fog technologies. When you get into a nicer, higher-end goggle, there's going to be a few features that are really going to help. One is like a dual pane lens. So basically there's 2 sheets of lenses, kind of like a dual pane window, and that keeps the cold air out and the hot air in so that they're not kind of playing with each other. Also, all these goggle companies now are going to have amazing anti-fog properties on the inside. So what that means is don't play with that coating on the inside of your nice new goggle lens. If it gets dirty, if you get snow in there, if something's going on, by all means clean it off, but you don't want to excessively... You want to wait till it's dry is what I found. You don't want to be messing around with it. Also, after a nice, long, hard day, you want to put your goggles out somewhere where they can get nice and dry, maybe with a little bit of ventilation. Maybe don't throw them back in the box, back in your bag. Just maybe leave them out on bed or a table or something, or somewhere where they can like breathe a little bit. But not playing with the inside is a really good idea. Once one gets messed up, I haven't really found a good way of fixing it. There's like creams you can get, and I've heard toothpaste, and I don't think any of that stuff works. The best thing is to get a well-fitting goggle and get something, they all are gonna have amazing anti-fog coatings these days, especially the nicer goggles. But there's a couple of more tricks. You might be noticing that people like really big goggles these days. It's a fashion thing, it's a trend thing, it's cool, it gives you better function. It gives you better peripheral. That's also a really big reason to have nice big goggles. But big goggles actually help with fogging as well, because there's more volume, more air inside the goggle, which helps with fogging as well. So there's just kind of more room to breathe in there. Yeah. Another thing, don't put them up on your hat or your helmet when you're all hot and sweaty, and then you
heat go comes inside, from your heads. That's and the then worst
you're like getting all this heat in there. So again, maybe it's hard to do, but carry that soft bag with you when you go inside to take a break, or you're on the gondola or something. If you could put them away or leave them on, is maybe even better than putting them on top of your head.
Yeah, for sure.
That definitely helps.
J. Cole Devil Dog was asking, he says he has the Spy Doom.
It's a great goggle.
Are they not, he's saying that he's having trouble finding replacement lenses. They didn't discontinue that goggle, did they?
I don't think so.
Here's what you could do. Look into that really quick.
Yeah, do this. Email info@sportrx.com. Just info@sportrx.com, or Tyler @sportrx.com, or Rob @sportrx.com. But info will get you to like everybody, and we'll look into it for you, and we'll see if it's available. Spy's just right up the road. We work a lot with Spy, so
we definitely help with replacement.
We should be able to get it. Are we finding it?
Yeah, they're on our website.
We still carry the goggle, so I think we could help. We'll find a way to help.
We'll actually have our frame buyer.
And you can use your
to see if they're still available.
You can use your Pro Camp 10 and get a discount on it. What? Pretty
you
cool.
will have to call though. We don't have the actual lenses on our site. We just have the goggles. But give us a call. Just mention the promo code, and we'll be more than happy to give you a discount on that and send them out to you as long as they're still available.
Should we try some of this stuff on? You guys want to see any of these on?
Start throwing some stuff on.
I'm gonna start with the Legacy. This thing is sweet.
Yeah.
This is the newest goggle from Spy.
Ellis Hook was asking the K2. He's asking if the K2 is a good goggle. I'm not familiar with that.
I don't know what K2 is. I'm
sorry. We don't carry every goggle brand, so we are limited to good knowledge, but knowledge with what we carry. And you can see everything that we carry on our site.
Goggle.
That fits you well, man.
Big.
That's
I like
big.
It. Really good peripheral.
It's like let's see that lens interchange.
No gaps.
It looks like the Doom.
Oh, this has got that.
It's got that tab, man.
Yeah. So you just press this button. Which button do you press?
I don't know that you press.
It's this button.
Is there a button? But yeah, there was actually a question about what's the fastest lens changing, and it's funny, we were referring earlier to a video that we did about what's the fastest. I had like a gun and stuff. You can see it on there. But it would be the M3, this guy here with the magnetic, lens that we kind of talked about. It's pretty.
I'll put you up to a challenge. You guys want to see a challenge? I bet you I can get a Dragon X2 lens interchanged faster than you can get an M2 or M3 interchanged if you're in real conditions on your face. You want to play? You want to play?
Yeah.
I have a Dragon.
What is my role in this? Go.
So you're gonna do the M's.
I have some right here.
You're gonna do the M's, and you're gonna have your spare lens handy and your real lens on, and you have to change it, and you gotta be wearing it.
Let's do it. Get it. Stop talking. Go. There's right here. Right here, buddy. Right here.
I know.
Okay. So I did. This is a slightly different mechanism. Let me get it on first, and then we'll do a little close up. But we need to clearly. This is a newer goggle.
We got to learn that one. You put me on the spot.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't tell you to interchange it, or maybe I did. I don't remember. But there's a button here. You press the button, and then you push it forward. I don't know if I can do it with one hand. But the button pulls back, and then this whole thing.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll
do a video on it. All right, so here's the rules. You got your goggle on. You got your spare shield on the table.
Definitely not coming off if you fall.
And I think, for sure. Well, we should do this with the gloves on. That's a real test.
We don't have gloves. You might.
Right.
Okay, so I think Rob, is what he just did is he challenged me.
I'm challenging
on your question, Omar, about the fastest interchange.
See, if it's on the table, I think, but that's not real world conditions.
Well, let's see. Let's see what I can do.
You need your spare shield.
Well, I'll just take it off and I'll put it back on.
No, that doesn't count.
Ooh, it's dark.
Who do you guys think is going to win?
I'm going to have to take it off, I think.
See, that's the trick with my dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on, we need a... Dan, you gotta say 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, no, you got it with the gloves.
We're not wearing gloves.
I'm already losing. Okay.
No cheating.
I won't cheat. Okay. Let's see it. Count it down.
3, 2, 1, go.
I think I win.
I was really close though. If we had gloves on, because I can't take those off with gloves on. It's like you got your
you brought this challenge upon yourself.
You win.
All right. Anyway,
you win again. Okay. Cylindrical versus spherical. So there's two ways of making lenses. One is cylindrical. That's kind of the old school 80s way. And then there's spherical. Spherical is kind of a newer tech way of making them. So these are spherical lenses. That means basically like a basketball sphere, the lens is cut off 2 axes. So it's more like a ball, where if you take a cylindrical lens, it's going to be off like just a cylinder, and the lens is just sheeted off that.
So curvature this way, flat this way.
Originally, what you're going to do is have better optics in spherical lenses, and usually higher quality lenses are always going to mean spherical. But cylindrical lenses a couple seasons ago made such a hit, such a comeback, such a cool, like retro, modern kind of fun thing was happening that brands really got into it, and now are using the better, higher technology, better coating versions of lenses on cylindrical lenses. For example, like the line miner, Oakley line miner is a cylindrical lens.
And the newer fall line, this season fall line.
Yeah, also cylindrical lens, but super high quality. So you're not really giving up on the optics that you used to when you got that kind of look. But sometimes you'll still see cylindrical lenses, and there'll be lower end goggles will be cylindrical lenses, because the original kind of cheaper stamped out version of cylindrical lenses is less expensive. That's kind of the main difference. Also, if you're looking for like the best optics, it's probably going to be spherical. Also, spherical lenses just kind of bubble out of the goggle a little bit more because of it's rounded both ways, and that gives you just a little bit more volume inside the goggle, so also a little bit harder to fog.
Yeah.
That was a complete answer. How did I do, guys?
We got a shout out from Snowboard Pro Camp.
Hey!
Thanks, guys.
How are we doing? This is our first time doing this. We're doing okay?
He said we're doing good.
Good.
And Lucifer Morningstar said that he recommends us to everyone because he says we have good customer service. I like to hear that because it's kind of me.
Yeah. That's really the DNA, the backbone, the ethos of SportRx is just be nice to people, take care of people, be polite, be friendly. We're all kind of in this together. We're on the same side. It's like old school. Yeah. You know, I always say that like we don't like the word no. Like, and we like being nice to people. Like, when did that stop?
Just like being nice.
Well, hey, Canadians.
They're known for being nice.
You see the video of the guy just asking politely the bear to leave because he had to go to
yes,
work?
I did.
That was awesome.
I did, and the bear listened.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone sees,
That was great. What else we got?
Freestyle this season of my park game. I have none of.
Hello from Russia. Hello.
Hello.
This is fun.
This guy has the flight deck, and he's asking for a new goggle to try out. What's your thought on that, Rob?
I love the flight deck. And you know what? If you want to like test our cylindrical versus spherical, try the line miner. It's so comfortable. I really like it. I mean,
because those are like your 2 top goggles.
Those are my 2. I love both of those. I have a lot of really fun goggles. I really also like the X2 a lot.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to try that Legacy.
This was Kim Carlson.
But try the line miner. Is really interesting if you want to stick with Oakley. I would definitely try that line.
It was also added that Oakley replacement lenses are expensive. Yes, granted, it's. I mean, but there's a reason for it. You do get what you pay for.
You also pay for what you get.
You pay for what you get.
The
okay.
Dave Matthews Band. So.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I like Dave Matthews. Hello from Portugal. Wow, this is fun.
Nice.
Germany.
Finland.
Wow.
This is neat.
Is there such thing as all condition goggle? I think what you mean is all condition lens, and yes, there is. If you don't want to have two sets of lenses and you don't want to like have to change, or you don't want to have to pay or something, you can get like a middle of the road lens. I would think the couple of the best ones that I know of right now is from Smith. They have some chroma pop lenses called Everyday, and it's exactly that. They're just made for kind of all conditions. Oakley Prism, you can go with like a rose or Prism Sapphire. Prism Sapphire is a hair darker than rose, so if you're in a lot of overcast conditions and sometimes sunny, go with the rose. If you're more sunny but sometimes it's overcast, go with the sapphire. But both of those will work in so many different light conditions.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good answer.
That was a good answer.
I think.
It's like you know what you're talking about.
Dragon transition lenses. What are my thoughts on those? I think the concept is genius. I don't think the technology has met the demands of the use yet. Personally, I would prefer to have two sets of lenses so far. What happens is transitions are affected by weather as well. So if it's not that sunny out, but it's really cold, like in the snow, they sometimes are too dark. Cold weather makes the lenses darker. So it's a great concept. It works pretty well. Personally though, I would prefer to have two sets of lenses. I wonder if the question is transitions versus one set of lenses, what would I get? Then I might get transitions. If I had to have one for everything, then
that gets a little limiting because not every goggle that you may want or like has a transitions option. But there are definitely okay. So you're going to sacrifice something unless you get the transitions. You're sacrificing less. But if you get a lens, like let's talk Oakley Prism Rose. Really good for kind of moderate light. Like there's some clouds, it's not super dark, and that was originally their dark lens. It was the lens that they used.
That was their overcast day.
That was their overcast, snowy, the lens that allowed the most light through. They got enough feedback saying that in really overcast, really snowy days, it's too dark, and so they came out with the high pink. And the high pink is really a good low light lens, but the Prism is probably Prism Rose is probably my favorite, just kind of all around lens. But you're going to sacrifice a little bit if it's bright and sunny. If you go out in the morning and it's perfect in the morning, bright and sunny in the day, you are going to sacrifice a little bit.
Yeah, but that would get you through a lot.
It would get you through a lot.
We have a video on just Prism Rose on the SportRx channel. We have our own channel too. I don't know if you guys SportRx, that's the YouTube channel. You should subscribe. That'd be really cool. Yeah, Kevin asked when we're riding in Whistler with him. The Kevin? Ooh. Kevin, soon, I hope. I got to get a hall pass from my wife and kids, and so does Tyler. And we got to, I hope early December, I'll call you.
Yeah.
But we're excited about that. Or should we just meet in Mammoth? I don't know. Like rent a big house in Mammoth and just do a Mammoth
Let's talk about it.
Or both? I don't know. Yeah, also next summer, come to San Diego and skate park because we got a almost pro skater here that gives lessons too, so that'd be cool. Yeah, Andrew's hard. Oh, you skate a lot too.
Not a lot. Again, I had kids, and you kind of.
But you're good at it.
I get to do stuff
somebody
like
asked about night lenses, so I would prefer
nighttime.
Clear.
Yeah.
If you can do clear.
If you can get clear.
Or yellow, nothing darker.
Yeah.
Clear is probably the way to go, though.
I might say the high pink because you're going to get the Prism. But that will then because and I've had to respond to this to people as well. Just it depends because some mountains they're pretty well lit at night.
I guess it depends.
So it just depends.
So somebody asked, "What's the best freeride goggle?" Freeride means like doing tricks.
I think freeride just means all around, like freeride or maybe backcountry. Maybe you shouldn't have exposed our ignorance. Sorry.
I don't know if there's as much of a difference. Like, I guess if you're doing backcountry, ventilation is more of an issue, and also how lightweight it is. But yeah, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't have talked about that one. I was hoping you would know the answer.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a generational thing as well. I mean, free riding.
Hey, Novak says he knows SportRx.
He's like, oh, nice.
How do you know us?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from at least, it could have been me having, I guess, more limited experience or whatever, but backcountry is the thing that resonates. So you think just free ride just means just going up and nothing.
I saw a great question.
Let's hear it.
From SG Outdoors. Are prism lenses in the sunglass similar to the goggle lens? Yes and no. The technology of prism is the idea of having different dyes affect the light spectrum differently. So the technology is similar as these are made for a specific environment or a specific sport or a specific kind of condition, but they're not going to be the same exact like colors. So there's Prism Snow, which is a little bit darker, made more for sunny conditions. There's Prism like Road, which is for road biking. There's Prism Trail for like overcast or like mountain biking. So the technology is the same, but the colors and how they work and how they play with the light spectrum are different. Did that answer the question?
I think so.
Okay.
Dude, Loser Morningstar is red. He said he has bought all of his goggles and lenses from us.
Oh, sweet.
That's
Vlad also asked what are your personal goggles. What do you have in your lineup?
Last season I was riding with the Airbrake XL. It's an
What else?
Oakley. I used that pretty much the whole time. I did a couple of times use the...
Am I more spoiled than you? I have so
Yeah,
many
you
goggles. I have the Smith IOX, which has the Chroma Pop Stormy Yellow lens, which is unbelievable. Those are in my locker back there. That's probably my favorite overcast day lens I've ever tested ever. So if you're like really worried about low light, bad weather, the Smith Chroma Pop Everyday, Stormy Yellow lens. I think they also have a blue or they have a rose, get the yellow. I also have a POC Orb with the clarity lens, which is amazing. I have the Line Miner. I have the Flight Deck.
Jeez.
I have the Dragon X2. I love that one with my insert. The insert and the X2 are like best friends
for one another.
I loved it.
You were such a big fan.
Big fan.
When you discovered that.
It works amazingly well.
You were so excited.
Yeah.
I have a good question here. Chris Chen is asking about Asian Fit, question mark?
Oh, Chris Chen is. Yeah.
So Asian Fit, that is something that we do get a ton of questions on.
And we have goggles
We have a lot of people. We do have, we have Asian Fit. Largely, the difference is really just in the nose. It's going to give you a little better...
So what happens is if you have a flatter nose bridge, remember what I was talking about? You don't want any gaps and you don't want any pressure. A lot of times you get a gap in the nose bridge area if you have a flatter nose bridge. So what they're doing with the Asian Fit goggles mainly is doubling up the foam around the nose area so that you get a seal, so you get a connection.
Yeah.
You don't want to
the flatter the nose bridge, the more there's going to be a gap. And
so it doesn't have to be only Asian Fit. If you have just a flat nose bridge, or a lot of times goggles, you're getting a pocket there. The Asian Fit will probably solve that for you quickly. There's also Asian Fit sunglasses, which just have usually a more prominent nose bridge. We also have a video on the SportRx channel about Asian Fit sunglasses and what that means and how they work.
That's it.
All right.
That's what it's all about.
How do you check if the anti-fog coating is damaged? It'll fog really easily, like too quickly.
You, if you're referring to the goggle lens, not an insert, which we have to clarify, you'll notice pretty well. I have made the mistake of using cleaner, even just wiping it when it's wet, and you see little bubbles.
You also, it'd almost be like they're hazy, like the whole goggle's dirty. That's probably the anti-fog coating deteriorating.
There are certainly degrees of damage to the anti-fog, but it's pretty noticeable. You just look at it, not looking through it. You probably won't notice it as much. But
another one for best goggle under 100. We're working on that.
We apparently need to do some.
We need to do more research because we always talk about the best goggles always, and maybe we gotta cater to the needs of other people. So we're gonna do a video on best goggles under $100 on the SportRx channel. Maybe we'll send some to Kevin and he could do one too.
Nice. Good idea. Yeah,
I think there's a lot around 100, but not under 100 that are really good.
Yeah. I feel like somebody who's looking for under 100 is going to be okay with around 100.
Subscribe to you guys. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
T Sun OOX. People have fun names on this thing.
So this guy asking about the Spy Marshal.
Spy Marshal and Spy Platoon. Both of those spies are awesome.
Yeah.
The Platoon's kind of big, right?
Platoon is bigger. Yeah.
Platoon's bigger.
Cool style.
Marshall's nice.
It's a good design. The Marshall is probably more popular.
Yeah.
In the platoon.
Good goggles, triple foam, has the silicone, good straps. Oh, you want to know something cool? There's been this like new fad of goggle straps getting wider and wider. You want to know why? It's more comfortable. So basically, it's dispersing the pressure. So instead of like this thin little bead going around and just tight, it kind of is wider, so they stay on better, and you don't feel them as much for longer. So if you look at really old goggles, they're usually smaller, and now they've gotten bigger. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Nobody asked that, but I just wanted to talk about it.
I do. Yeah, this is getting. I don't know what I expected. Obviously, we haven't done this before, but there are more questions, and I want to answer everything. If you do have a question you would like answered, and we don't answer it here, again, info@sportrx.com. We will be more than happy to get back to you. I'm not the only person, and Rob's not the only person here who knows literally everything there is to know about everything. You get it? It was hyperbole. We have other people who
sometimes
are
you can't encourage him. Sometimes you just gotta let him on his own figure out how far he went. It's just kind of.
So, but seriously, reach out to us. Let us know. We're happy to help.
About everything.
We wanna help you out. We wanna help you because we like being nice, like Rob has said.
What do you think about wearing your straps under your helmet or over your helmet? That's a great question. I'm a dad and a bad rider and don't want to try and look cooler than I know I'm not. So I go right over, man. I'm just like, I'm that guy. But it's definitely on trend to wear under. I don't think technically there's any issues either way. The straps are so adjustable these days that you can easily go over almost any helmet or go under. Usually if you go under, maybe you're wearing a beanie too, so that means you need to take the lining of the goggle out. So don't go up a size and then leave the lining in, because then it gets really hot, and sometimes that adds to the fogging issue. So I just think, I would say all the younger, cooler, better looking people than me are wearing the strap inside, and all of us ones with like kids.
We got a question about your snowboard in the back.
Oh yeah, it's like a much better snowboard than I'm a snowboarder, but
somebody recognized it. Chris Wells recognized it.
I got a chance to get it at a industry thing, so I picked it up, and it's a Flying V 162 wide. I have really big feet, so
Burton Custom.
I love the color. It's awesome. I hope to one day be good enough to deserve that board. But I think Kevin's going to give me some lessons. What do you guys think? Should Kevin make me a better boarder and give me some lessons?
Thumbs up.
I really, really want to become good at snow. I mean, I don't want to I don't need to do any 360s or trick. I just want to be able to go down a black run relatively fast, carve, and smile.
I want more than that, personally, Kevin, if you want to help me out.
You want to do butters?
They say that I was just going to say that. But I'm a little too old, I think. Now, I don't know that they had that term, butter, but it's such a fun term.
You just want to.
But I started trying those. I started trying those out after I watched.
You're a pretty good rider.
I watched Kevin's video. So those are fun. This is good. Shout out, Kevin. You're rad, man. What do we got?
Somebody feels my pain on the big feet issue. Yeah. It's hard to get boots, man.
Can you get hard cases to put goggles in while traveling? That's a great question.
Dude, we have the sweetest case at SportRx.
Again, we're all about making our own thing.
Somebody's gonna go grab one. We have this beautiful hard case. We sell them too, don't we?
Brilliant. We do. Yeah. Check us out. It's on our site under accessories. $30. Really, really good. I mean, it's not
it's perfect. We designed it ourselves.
Perfect for traveling.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Awesome. It's coming. I hear it.
Throw it up. Oh, jeez.
That was good teamwork. Okay, so this is the SportRx hard zipper case. It's zippered. It's got our little logo right. I feel like I'm on QVC. It's got our logo right there, and it's vented. There's little holes at the bottom just so you can get a little bit of breathing, and then it's soft on the inside. What's the biggest goggle here? I wonder if it'll fit even the biggest goggle that is out here. Look at that, and then.
Somebody asked about the Oakley Airways, the head-up display. We have limited experience with it. I don't think it's available anymore. and it's probably
really
not. Yeah.
Do you need to know all that?
It's.
Am I getting no offense. Just go ride your thing and the weather and the sun and you're
cool.
out there.
I like having the new tech stuff.
Have the
It's
app
gonna be
and look
fun.
later. I mean, there's enough going on. You need to know while you're going that fast that you're going that. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm anti. I don't have an Apple Watch yet.
I think it's fun to mess around with stuff like that. But anyway.
Yeah. Maybe that's just me. Sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I'm 14, smaller face. Oh, that's another $100. We're gonna maybe we should just do a whole nother day with Kevin if he'll let us on.
Kevin was asking, can we meet the camera person and know their favorite goggle? I don't know if we're not the camera person then.
Oh wait,
that would be the person behind the camera.
Do you want to say hi? Come over here.
Get on over here.
Hi everybody, I'm Brittany. I've been eyeballing these ones.
Oh, the Anna's? Oh, there's a women's version.
Should I put the women's one?
Yeah.
But I like how, are these ones that you can...
And Jill loved these. Jill loved the women's WM1 that we sent her.
Try these ones on.
Kevin's special lady friend.
I think he calls her his girlfriend.
I'm just saying. Just call me a Big Lebowski fan. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, my wife's really into yoga. She's a nurse, but she's also a yoga instructor, Jill. I don't know if you knew that. So.
How do they look?
Oh, they look great. Those are great goggles.
I actually really like these.
Yeah.
I might need to get some of these.
I know a place.
Hey!
Use ProCamp 10 to get 10% off.
What was that? ProCamp 10?
ProCamp 10. All one word. Not case sensitive.
Lucifer likes your camera work.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Lucifer.
Thanks, Lucifer. All right. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie says you're looking good.
Oh, thanks, Steph.
Whoa, nurses are awesome. Yay, your wife. Yeah, she's amazing. She's like my dream girl. I love her to death. And I have 2 beautiful kids, so my life's good. Oxnard, California in the house. Nice.
Yeah.
Top 3. I don't know that one. M3 versus Airbrake XL for anti-fogging.
Yeah. Probably pretty comparable.
I don't know if you could.
Honestly.
I think you'd have a hard time fogging either one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would base it on that. I would say the XL's just a much bigger goggle. It's just it's a big boy. Should we grab one?
Sure.
Yeah, I know where there's one.
And as for helmets, so we started working with helmets actually just last season. We are working on a more comprehensive compatibility helmet and goggle. We did just shoot a video of just a guide on helping people with fit, which you can check out probably pretty soon. What we got here?
This is the
Airbrake
Airbrake XL. Awesome goggles.
That's the goggle that I was wearing last
nice.
season. It is a really good goggle. It's a cool. They are super helmet compatible. You can't really tell the hidden outriggers.
Secret chamber room outriggers.
Which is pretty cool. This is also the only, outside of the original Airbrake, the only Oakley goggle that comes with 2 lenses. One's going to be for brighter conditions. The other one's going to be
versus the M3, right?
Yeah.
So here's the M3. There's a close-up for you.
Bear in mind, one is spherical and the other is cylindrical.
Yeah, but this is the better cylindrical.
Yeah.
These are just a little bit smaller and different look. I think they're very different aesthetics.
Dude, Chris Wells saying we need to do more of these.
Do more of these?
Thanks, man.
Is that the Chris?
No, Chris Wells. Nobody UK said, "Do an awesome guy. You guys are naturals. Definitely need to do more of these live chats."
Oh, nice. We like it's. Anytime we can hang out.
That made us feel really good.
Really
Man,
Everybody should
thanks.
give the video the thumbs up.
You should bring the kids over for a barbecue soon. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Anyways.
yes, we'll do
More on our bromance
we'll do
later.
a live chat with our kids at our barbecue that no one will watch. Lucifer was saying that his friend turned around with his skis.
I got a good one.
Shoulder and it scratched his sapphire lens. That blows. We can help you out, man.
Reach out to us. You can use your Pro Camp 10 on that. We got a Dragon NFX2 question. Such a rad goggle. You want to see one? I think I have one here.
Did you not?
It's right there. Here's the thing with the NFX2. It's just a little bit small. The NFX was bigger. The NFX-S is the same size.
It comes with 3 goggle lenses, though.
Not every colorway.
Oh, sorry.
Some colorways do.
Some colorways you even get.
I bet you have the Knight Rider. The Knight Rider comes with 3. See?
Yeah, I think this is the one that we are sending to Kevin.
Oh, these are going to be yours soon. But they're a little bit small, and I wish Dragon, if you're listening, they would make a big NFX2, like an NFX2 XL, because these are too small for me.
They're a little small.
But the X2 fits me great. Sure. So, but if you want that cylindrical, you got to go with this one.
Vladislav was asking.
Did that answer the question on the NFX? There's amazing goggle, amazing interchangeability, really cool venting system. I love how they have the plastic
do the interchange? Did we? That wasn't the one we did the little competition on, is it?
Yeah, you won. I owe you a beer.
Yes. You owe me
I'm actually kind of hungry. We should go to In-N-Out after this.
Southern California. That's what he was just saying. We are in Southern California.
Okay.
Vladislav. Hang on. Vladislav was asking the best time to buy goggles.
When you need them.
Yeah, when you need them. I guess it depends. I would actually say sooner in the season, like now-ish.
Well, I think
there's
2 answers to that, though. I would say if you want like the best, newest, hottest colors, like you don't want to, like you just want the right goggle, I would say before Thanksgiving.
There's a lot more availability.
All the colors, everyone's well stocked. We have like almost every color from every brand, every style is going to be available. If you're looking for like a steal deal, then off season, like wait till like summertime or something.
The Facebook. We kind of talked about the face mask a little bit.
Put it on.
Let's actually put this thing on.
I
do really like this. It's kind of a hidden gem, which maybe people are more aware of than not, but it's pretty friggin' solid. So just a quick little snap. It's on. Like, what's up? It's on. No, it's getting a little bit hot. It's off. I can breathe. I'm inside. It's cold. I'm on the lift. I'm on the lift. And it's a little cold, and my face is cold. It's not cold anymore.
It's always colder on the lift.
I know. It's because you're not moving and you're going up into the wind. But hey, I'm inside now, and it's hot. That's what's up.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Good on you.
Thanks, man.
How tight is it? If I'm bombing down a hill and wind catches it, will it pop off? I don't think so.
That? No, it's not for sure. I don't know.
On there
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put it on again.
So, just
I
so
struggle
you know,
a little bit to
Anon
pull it off.
is part of Burton, and Burton makes really good stuff.
They know what they're doing.
It's not hokey here. It's like for real. It's not just let's put a magnet on here. They're working on it.
All right. So, I don't know if you noticed me struggling with it, but pretty easy to get on. Like tugging normal.
Ooh, I know the answer to this one. 231 Sports. Spots? Best XL goggle on a budget, Squad XL. Where is it? We have one, don't we? Love this goggle. Looks amazing. Has the cylindrical look, but it has really, really good optics.
Kevin liked that as well.
Yeah, Kevin really liked it, and so did Chris. Comes with a bonus lens, triple foam, adjustable straps, silicone on here. Such a nice goggle. I rode with this one actually at Mount Hood when we went with Smith to test goggles.
It's a good looking goggle.
It's a really nice goggle. I'm usually I like more of the higher tech, fancier spherical goggles usually, but this one was one like the Oakley Line Miner that also surprised me, which is also another great one. The Line Miner seems to fit one size most, but it fits big heads for sure. I have that one. And I really like it. So I hope that helped you. 231 spots.
Yeah, Jarrett Kirk was asking if we've ever done an on-mountain review of the new Smith Code helmet. We have not.
Well, we did an off-mountain review, but we were in Portland at the Smith headquarters with Graham Sowers, who's just such a cool guy. Hi, Graham, if you ever watch this. You should
That
watch. You should watch that. It's a really nice
maybe
helmet.
something we can do when we're hanging out with Kevin.
I don't know. Smith, you want to bring us back up on Mountain and we can do helmet reviews? That's a plug.
Plug.
Last question on the M2. Do they come with the second? No, it comes with a second set of lenses. The M2s come with 2 sets of lenses. So many goggles these days come with 2 sets of lenses. Usually one for bright, sunny days, one for overcast days. Speaking of are you guys still watching? Are we good? This has been long. I'm having fun, but I don't know how long it's supposed to last.
Yeah.
Do we keep going? Kevin?
I think we're all over.
You let us know. Kick us off, man.
Yeah. Goggles have a lifespan. I mean, yeah, goggles.
I think it depends on a couple of things.
Goggle lenses will have a lifespan.
How much you ride and how well you take care of them. If you're doing a full season, riding a lot, have a pass, you're probably going to maybe even go through more than one goggle a season. But if you're like me and hoping to get 10 days, 15 days, you can probably make the goggle last 2-3 seasons if you take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take care of it. Eventually, though, like the goggle itself, it loses elasticity. It kind of deteriorates. The foam goes away, and it just goes. Is this our time?
I mean, I think we covered a lot. We didn't again reach out to us, info@sportrx.com if you have any questions.
And
you want
subscribe to our
immediately.
channel and watch our videos.
Yeah, we can encourage Kevin if this is valuable enough.
And Pro Camp 10, use that if you're going to buy
10.
anything. Even just sunglasses if you just need
Give
some
us
shades.
a thumbs up if this was worth your time, worth your while.
Thanks, Kevin, for
We would
letting
love
us
that.
play.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Hopefully
Pro
we'll
Camp.
get to hang out soon.
Yeah.
See you guys.